think I've repeated this enough time. Oh, just some other things about having a personal database, personal calendar. This can be useful for getting your life back into balance if you're not spending enough time with your family. Set up a date night or a family night. It can be a very useful technique to helping your relationship. So, in fact, it can be useful to have this be the same night every week. So if Tuesday night's our date night. Now, when someone asks you to do something, you can, instead of feeling guilty when you say no, you can say, I already have plans. If they ask what your plans are, well, that can be sort of rude, but you can say, well, tonight's my date night. Oh, sorry, don't want to inflict that or conflict with that. I have, Miss Manners, the advice column, actually has a lot of, she's really hip. She's not like Emily Post. Miss Manners is pretty hip. She has a lot of columns that deal with email and office issues. And she had an article a couple years ago where someone said, one night a week, she just needs a night to herself. Just a night where she's just not doing anything. And people often ask her, like they invite her to something, and she feels terribly guilty about saying no. And Miss Manners says, it is always polite to turn down an invitation by saying, I'm sorry, I have other plans. And it is rude for the person to ask, what are those plans? But Miss Manners then said, if the person's rude, you're allowed to be rude back and answer her question honestly and say, my plans for tonight are to do absolutely nothing. And if the person's insulted by that, they shouldn't have asked what your plans were.
When you talk about using the unified calendar, are you literally talking about keeping everything in this one calendar and not using sub-calendars within? So Google.
So in Google Calendar, it makes it very easy to have separate calendars, and yeah, I have my work and my personal calendar. My coworkers can't see my.
See free busy, but not what the details are.
Exactly, they see free busy, and girlfriend can't see my work calendar. She's a free busy, and then we have a calendar that's the Tom and Chris calendar that both of us can see and add stuff to. But you're using it, yeah.
Technology.
One technology, yeah. And when I was doing it all on paper, it was harder to sync with other people's calendars, but yeah. You have to sync at time of insertion. So when you write something in, you have to call and say, I can do this, right? Okay, right. And you could also use this for other improvements in your life. In 2007, I realized I love movies and I just never get to see them. So I just said, well, every other Friday I'm going to mark as Tom sees a movie night. And it was great because I got to see more movies, and people eventually learned to either not invite me to things or accept a rejection with grace. But also people started, hey, Tom, can I come to you? It's Friday. Can I come with you? And it became a thing. People don't want to make decisions, but if you've made a decision for them, they're glad to glom on. In fact, dinner at Lisa, if you just stand in the lobby at between 5 and 5:30, you will get dinner invites. But often you see people not finding people. What happens is one person says, well, we haven't been able to make a decision. I'm going to this place, and everyone just says, well, that good enough for me, and they glom on. Just works. Speaking of dinner, we're almost at break time, and I always let my people out 2 minutes early because I want you to be first online for cookies. But I do have some announcements that the Usenix Association would like me to make. First, when you come back, there will be tutorial evaluation sheets. Please fill them out. We really value your feedback. We get all your comments back. And please, if everyone could just write, I loved the part about the frog. I'm trying to, I want the office to be like, Tom, what was the thing about the frog? Everyone wrote about the frog. So that would be a great prank for this year. Problems. If you don't like the tutorial, you can change tutorials up till the first break. So I won't be offended. Let's see. Recycled your name badges. At the end of the conference, please turn in your name badge so they can be reused next year. Don't forget that tonight, Birds of a Feather sessions, Birds of a Feather flock together. There are some great BOFs. The Cambridge Computer Vendor BOF has beer and ice cream, hopefully not mixed. Sun Microsystems has a BOF. Lots of acronyms. The PGP, the GLBT, the MRTG, BOFs are all tonight. So anyway, it's a half-hour break. Enjoy your cookies. And see you at 11 o'clock.